The Hidden Path, Eastern Philosophy, and the Healing of the Soul. There are places on this earth where silence feels alive, where every stone, every leaf, every gust of wind seems to whisper a secret. These are the lands of the East, the birthplaces of timeless wisdom, where kings sought counsel not from generals, but from monks, where the greatest battles were not fought on fields, but within the human soul. In these ancient lands, China, India, Japan, philosophers did not seek to conquer the world. They sought to understand it. They believed that life itself was a reflection, a mirror of our inner state. That illness was not merely physical, but spiritual. That peace was not something found outside, but cultivated within. Tonight we walk the path of those who came before us. We will journey through time, through temples and texts, through silence and story to rediscover what they knew. That healing begins when the mind returns to harmony with the universe. Welcome to the journey back in time. The water of wisdom, Lao Tzu, and the healing of flow. Long ago in the ancient Zhou dynasty, there lived a man who served as a record keeper in the royal court. He was quiet, humble, and wise beyond his years. His name was Lao Tzu, the Old Master. It is said that after decades of watching power corrupt and men lose themselves in greed, Lao Tzu decided to leave civilization behind. He mounted a water buffalo and rode west toward the mountains. At the final gate of the empire, a guard stopped him and begged, "Master, before you go, leave behind your wisdom so it will not vanish from the world." And so, beneath the twilight of his final day in China, Lao Tzu wrote 81 short verses. The Tao Te Ching, a book so simple yet so profound that its truths still echo across 2,500 years. The highest good is like water. Water benefits all things and does not compete. It flows to the low places that all men disdain. Therefore, it is close to the Tao. Water, humble, formless, patient, it yields to everything, yet erodes stone. It does not resist, yet nothing can resist it. Lao Tzu saw in water the perfect metaphor for life. Healing, he said, comes not from domination or control, but from harmony, from learning to flow. When we stop fighting what is, when we stop demanding that life obey our plans, we begin to heal. When nothing is done, Lao Tzu wrote, nothing is left undone. In modern life, we have forgotten this truth. We fight the current. We resist time. We cling to goals, identities, expectations, and wonder why we feel broken. To heal, Lao Tzu invites us to let go, to flow like water again. Ask yourself, where in your life are you fighting the current? What might happen if you simply flowed? Comment below one thing in your life you are ready to let go of. Some centuries after Lao Tzu's journey, another seeker walked the earth, a prince named Siddhartha Gautama. He had everything: wealth, luxury, beauty, power. But inside, he was tormented by a single question: why do we suffer? When he first left the palace, he saw sickness, old age, and death. And for the first time, he realized that all things fade. So he abandoned his crown, his comfort, his family, and walked into the forests of India in search of truth. For years, he meditated, starved, and suffered, until one night beneath a Bodhi tree he made a silent vow: I will not rise until I am free. As dawn approached, he opened his eyes and saw the truth. He became the Buddha, the awakened one. He taught the Four Noble Truths, the medicine for the human heart. Life contains suffering, dukkha. Suffering arises from craving, from clinging to impermanent things. Freedom from suffering is possible. The way to that freedom is the Eightfold Path: right view, right speech, right action, right mindfulness. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. The Buddha. Healing, he taught, begins when we stop running from pain and instead understand it. Our suffering is not punishment, it is a teacher. Each fear, each craving, each attachment is showing us where we are still asleep. The Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. And so when the mind becomes still, the body follows. When the mind forgives, the heart opens. When the mind understands, suffering dissolves. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. What part of your life is asking to be understood, not resisted? Comment below what this truth awakens in you. Not all healing takes place in silence or solitude. Some begins in the heart of human connection. In a time of chaos, war, and corruption, a scholar named Confucius rose to restore balance to a fractured world. He did not seek enlightenment under a tree or in the mountains. He sought it in the relationships between people. To put the world in order, Confucius said, Rinja, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must first cultivate our personal life. And to cultivate our personal life, we must first set our hearts right. Confucius believed that harmony was the highest form of healing. He called it Ren, humanity, benevolence, the feeling of deep compassion for others. To him, ethics and empathy were medicine. When a person acts with integrity, their mind finds peace. When a family practices kindness, society heals. He taught that respect for parents, filial piety, and honesty in friendships were sacred. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, was a ripple in the great ocean of humanity. He who conquers himself, he said, is the mightiest warrior. Confucius believed that moral discipline, not force, was the foundation of civilization. And today, neuroscience agrees. Empathy rewires the brain. Forgiveness lowers blood pressure. Love literally changes our chemistry. So perhaps healing is not only for monks in meditation. Perhaps it begins every time we choose to act with compassion. How do you bring harmony into your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. In the East, human being was never seen as a machine, but as a flow of energy. In China, this life energy was called qi, the breath of existence. In India, it was known as prana, the vital force that animates all living things. For thousands of years, sages studied this invisible power. They found that when qi flows freely, there is health. When it is blocked, there is pain and disease. This understanding gave rise to practices like Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, and Ayurveda. Systems designed not to fight illness, but to restore balance. In Taoist medicine, the organs are seen as emotional centers. The liver holds anger, the lungs hold grief, the heart holds joy. And through breathing, movement, and awareness, these emotions can be transformed. Where the mind goes, the Masters said, energy flows. In yoga, the breath becomes prayer. The word yoga means union, the merging of body, mind, and spirit. Every posture, every inhalation, every stillness is a dialogue with the divine. Modern science now confirms what the ancients felt, that slow, conscious breathing activates the parasympathetic system, healing the body from within. Try this now. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold and exhale gently through your mouth. That single breath is a bridge between your soul and the universe. Have you ever felt your energy shift through breath, meditation, or stillness? Share your experience below. In Japan, a new form of Buddhism emerged, simple, austere, and direct. It was called Zen, meaning meditation. Zen stripped away ritual, language, and doctrine, leaving only one thing, the experience of this moment. Its founder, Bodhidharma, was said to have meditated before a cave wall for 9 years, until he could see through illusion itself. He taught his disciples, stop seeking. The truth is right where you are. Zen Masters used stories and paradoxes, koans, to awaken the mind. What is the sound of one hand clapping? Show me your original face before you were born. These riddles were not puzzles to solve. They were keys to silence. For centuries, samurai warriors practiced Zen to sharpen their minds and steady their hands. In the heat of battle, they found calm. In the face of death, they found peace. The obstacle is the path, they believed. Zen is not about escaping life. It is about being fully present in it. When the tea is poured, drink only tea. When the wind blows, feel only the wind. When pain arises, breathe with it and let it pass. When the mind is silent, a Zen master said, the truth appears. What does inner stillness mean to you? Comment below and share your reflection. Thousands of years later, the West is rediscovering what the East has always known. Neuroscience now studies meditation. Hospitals teach yoga. Psychology explores mindfulness. What was once seen as mysticism is now proven science. Meditation thickens the prefrontal cortex, the seat of awareness. Breathwork lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. Gratitude increases serotonin and dopamine, the chemicals of joy. Every emotion changes the body. Every thought sends ripples through the heart. The ancients were right. The mind and body are not separate. They are one. The body is the bow, the mind is the arrow, and the soul is the target. Old Japanese proverb. Healing, then, is not only about medicine or meditation, it is about living in alignment with truth. It is about learning to feel, forgive, and flow. Again, each time you breathe consciously, each time you choose compassion instead of judgment, each time you pause before reacting, you are healing the world a little more. You are living proof that ancient wisdom still breathes in modern hearts. Close your eyes. You are standing on a mountain at sunrise. The sky glows gold and crimson. The air is cool and alive. Below you, the river flows, endless, calm. You feel your breath merge with the rhythm of the world. You hear Lao Tzu whisper, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." You hear the Buddha say, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." You hear Confucius remind you, "He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior." And within that stillness, you realize that these voices are not distant. They are echoes of your own soul. You are the river, you are the mountain, you are the silence between each thought. Pause. Inhale peace. Exhale everything you no longer need. The wisdom of thousands of years now breathes through you. You are the continuation of an ancient story, the same search for balance, meaning, and healing. That began long before you were born. From the Taoist sages of China to the enlightened monks of India to the Zen Masters of Japan, one truth remains: to heal the world, we must first heal ourselves. And to heal ourselves, we must return to stillness, to compassion, to flow. If this journey touched you, reflect for a moment and share your truth. Which teaching resonated most? Lao Tzu's flow, Buddha's peace, or Confucius's harmony? Your reflection might be the medicine someone else needs today. This has been the journey back in time. Until we meet again, walk gently, breathe deeply, and remember, the ancient world still speaks. All you need to do is listen.